Hi, I'm Sheilaa Hite, world-class astrologer, tarot master, spellcaster, medium, and all-around magical being. And I'm here today to talk to you about the astrology of the week. Yesterday, Monday, Mercury and Mars changed signs. Mars went into the sign Sagittarius, and Mercury went into the sign Capricorn. So in Mars, how we get things done, moves into the fiery sign of Sagittarius. Luck is going to be our friend, our ally. That's a great thing. Also, recklessness is going to be one of our travel companions. So Mars, how we move and how we get things done, is going to be very lucky. A lot of what you do, a lot of how you do it is just going to unfold. It'll be great for you. Also, though, you have to be careful because a lot of what you do, you can trip up. You can trip up verbally. You can certainly trip up physically. And you really want to make sure that the road, the path you're on, the direction you're going in, Mars, is one that has some balance to it, and that also has a certain amount of responsibility attached to how you travel. Mercury in Capricorn, great. Because Mercury, how we get things done, how we plan, not get things done, but how we plan to get things done, and how we gather and process information. Capricorn, good old stable, steady, constructive Capricorn. This is a great time from now until January 1st. Mercury will be in Capricorn. Make plans. It's great. We're at the end of the year. You've seen what's happened. You've seen what you'd like to happen next year. Make lists and make doable lists. And when I say doable lists, I mean make lists that will show you some sort of result, some sort of physical result. You can say, I did that. Because we're going into a time, this coming year will be a time of producing results. Then we have to, as of tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the planet Mars, how we get things done, you know that it went into Sagittarius, is going to be conjunct just together with the South Node. The South Node is not a planet, but it is an important point. And it's a point that has all things that you've ever done in every lifetime connected to it. So you will be receiving information on how to do things. Most of it will be very positive and beneficial. Some of it will be a repeat of the mistakes you made in the past, not only the past in other lifetimes, but the past in this lifetime. If you are careful with how you move, Mars, how we get things done, if you're careful with how you move and you listen clearly, Sagittarius is luck, and it's an expression of your relationship with divine energy. And if you are careful with how you move and how you listen, then you'll know where to go and find all of the things that can help you. That's the South Node, the things from the past. So pay attention, and of course, pay attention. And don't move hastily, but move deliberately and assuredly. The next thing that's happening is on Thursday and Friday, we've got the Sun semi-square Saturn. And what that means is it's not a direct hit, it's not a direct square, but it does tell us that what we've got to do is we've got to notice that the energy that's happening is highlighting the differences between the old ways and the promise of the new ways. So we're in a very interesting time as far as our calendar year is concerned, because we're at the end of a calendar year, and this is the time when we look and say, what have I done? What did I want to do? What did I intend to do? What did I actually do? What can I do to make sure I have success? I can count this year as a success. Well, the energy of the next couple of days is literally about that, about looking at the old ways. Why didn't you do what you thought you would do? Maybe some of your old ways need to be examined and perhaps set aside and at the very least retooled. Let's look at the new ways you can do things. Human beings are really well known for not wanting to do anything new. Just this once, actually it's every day, but just this once, start taking a look at how you could do something in a new way. And as you do, moving forward in a new way will become less and less frightening, because what human beings really are afraid of is change. And in this case, change is a good thing. We're building up to the big day, which is Saturday. Saturday will be the full moon in Sagittarius and Gemini. The sun is in Sagittarius, the moon is in Gemini. So this is a very deep and interesting experience that we're building up to. We're coming up to, by Wednesday or Thursday, you should be preparing moon water. That is taking a vessel, putting water in it, setting it so that it gets the rays of the moon and it builds so that Saturday, when it's the full moon, you've got all of this power coming in, and then let it set for another 2 or 3 days before you use that water to use it for drinking, use it for cooking, use it for putting in your bath before you use that water, because it's going to have a pretty phenomenal power attached to it, or rather than attached to it, as a part of it. So I'm going to read you something that I wrote about the Sagittarius full moon and Sagittarius sun with the Gemini full moon. And I wrote it, and let me put it this way, I wrote it because I saw it somewhere and I wanted to write it so that I didn't get it confused, and also so that I didn't leave out something important to you. So part of our task with this full moon is to acknowledge and then release old or outdated information and beliefs that have been holding us back. This is the time to sit quietly with yourself, meditate, sit quietly, contemplate. What is it that I am doing that is not working? This is a very courageous question to ask yourself because it demands self-honesty. What is it I'm doing that is not working? Nobody is even asking you to wonder why it's not working. Just what is it I'm doing that's not working? And as you sit quietly with that, you'll begin to see how it can work so that your energy will be more placed on how to make it work as opposed to why isn't it working? Question, what is it I'm doing that isn't working? And just contemplate that. Now then, this is very important. This full moon is significant because it's the climax of a cycle that began on December 4th, just a couple of weeks ago almost, on December 4th with the full, not the full, but the new moon total eclipse. So that cycle really brought to the forefront something that's super, super important. That cycle and that eclipse and that new moon were all together with the transiting today's south node. And that means there will be, whether you run towards it or run away from it, there will be new awarenesses about karmic issues that it's time you dealt with. This is good because when you deal with something because it's time to deal with it, you're actually giving yourself an opportunity to wipe the slate clean. And then you can write anything you want on that slate. And because this full moon is in the latter degrees of Sagittarius, a process of awakening is initiated. This is a time of accelerated spiritual development. And as outmoded ideas are released, new ways of being come in and bring you the gifts of newness, the gifts of hope, the gift of bounty. You could experience physical reactions to this rapid change. So you want to be really clear that when change occurs, you have to remember we're human beings and we have bodies. And the soulful us is all happy about all of the changes and the growth. The physical human us is sometimes very much afraid to make those forward moving steps. So be careful that you are not allowing yourself to be stressed. Be careful that if you start to feel something come up, a cold or laryngitis or something come up, be careful that you attend to yourself and to that, because it's really not a sign that there's something wrong with you or that you're not handling things well. It's actually a sign, if you start to feel this ill at easement, you're starting to realize that there's a change going on. I am going with it. You don't have to get sick to encourage the change, but you do have to make sure that your body, which gets you through this life, that your body is being taken care of. So on that note, I say to you, make moon water. This is a great week. It's not the last week of the year, but it's pretty close. And we're coming to the last full moon of the year, which in a way is the end of the year. And what you're being asked to do is to take a look at what has worked for you this year, and just as importantly, what has not worked for you this year. And then make a list of what you want to happen this coming year. Remember, from now until January 1st, Mercury, how we communicate, Mercury will be in the practical sign of Capricorn. So use that to your advantage. Make great lists, make great timetables, and start to activate them. Lots of joy. I'll see you soon. Bye.